welcome to Coastal Living. Guess what? Winter is coming. Well, winter's been here. It hasn't felt much like it, but we are getting some cooler temperatures, which means it's time to bring the plants back inside, cover your pipes, do all the things, but we're going to make sure you're prepared. And with that fun weather comes what? Fun illnesses like the flu, right? Well, we're going to give you some information on that too, how to avoid it and how to manage the flu if you do end up with it. But let's stay away from those icky germs. And with that said, we've got a doctor in the house. We may not be talking about the flu, but we'll talk about something impactful as well. We got a lot to cover. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we've got another freeze coming our way, y'all. I thought we were done with winter, but Mother Nature said nope. So get ready. Cover your plants, do what you got to do. Here's what to expect. Basically, Wednesday, we're going to be experiencing some of the coldest temperatures of the season through Thursday morning with dangerous wind chills, freezing temperatures, and a feel like of the mid-20s. So get your coats ready. The city does have protocols in place to care for everybody, make sure we're safe, so here's what to expect. If you lose electricity in your home, please call AEP Texas. The city is activating one emergency cold weather refuge center at the Corpus Christi Gym located at 3202 Cabaniss Parkway. It's going to run continuously from 6 p.m. Wednesday through 12 p.m. on Thursday, February 20th, where meals, snacks, and drinks will be provided. CCRTA is providing free transportation to and from the Emergency Cold Weather Refuge Center. Please check out the website for details on which locations they will be shuttling from. If you wish to donate, you can get in touch with the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission, Mission 911, Timmons Ministries, Mother Teresa Shelter, so on and so forth. Again, visit the website for more details. Please be reminded that all city public libraries and senior centers are available during regular operating hours if you are seeking warmth. CCPD will be providing transportation to daytime warming centers as well. Per city ordinance, pets must be brought indoors if the feel like temperature is below 32 degrees, so anticipate bringing your animals in. A few extra precautions you may want to take: inspect all your heating equipment before use. Never ever use charcoal grills or fuel burning devices indoors. Those release carbon monoxide, which is very dangerous. Wrap all exposed pipes outside or in unheated home areas. Outdoors, you want to cover your vents around the foundation of your home. Mulch or cover your outdoor plants with straw, blankets, or cardboard. And of course, if you can, bring some of those plants inside. These are just a few of the precautions you can take, but please be safe out there. Visit the Corpus Christi website for more details and try to stay warm.
This flu season continues to worsen. Cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are all trending up, according to CDC data.
This is the most severe season that we've seen in terms of numbers of cases in about 15 years.
Dr. Daniel Kariskis with Brigham and Women's Hospital says symptoms of flu can include high fever, muscle aches, body pain, and headache. But he says if red flags are present, like a persistently high fever, shortness of breath, or difficulty breathing, it's time to get emergency help, as it may mean pneumonia is developing.
We don't think that the cases themselves are more severe, or that this strain is causing worse flu than in a typical season. It's just so much more frequent.
Kariskis says those at highest risk of getting severely sick are seniors and those with some pre-existing medical conditions like heart disease and lung disease. While flu cases typically peak in February, he says it's still not too late to get protection through vaccination.
Even if you've had flu earlier in the season, you should still get vaccinated, because there are two different types of flu that can circulate, and having one type doesn't protect you against the other. So get vaccinated if you haven't been.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
You can also help stop the spread of the flu virus by keeping your hands and frequently touched surfaces clean. Avoid close contact with those who are sick, and do not touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. I don't care how bad you want to. This new respiratory virus season, there is an at-home test that can help you determine whether or not you have the flu or COVID as well. Several retailers like Walmart and Walgreens offer over-the-counter flu tests that can be taken at home so you can keep everyone else cootie-free. Amazon also has various tests that can be ordered online. Stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands and run away from those sneezes. In our health update, during the winter weather, you may have noticed your skin is getting pretty dry. The past couple weeks, it's been cold, and then hot, and then humid, and then cold again here in South Texas. So if you're seeing drying and cracking, don't panic. Dermatologists suggest that you moisturize, which you should be doing anyway, but the options are endless. How do you find the perfect one? One dermatologist said to focus on a few key ingredients that include chemicals that both attract and lock in water, like hyaluronic acid and glycerin, which act as water magnets. So make sure those are at the top of the list of ingredients. Also, for locking in hydration, you can look for products that contain ceramides and squalene. For those of you who love a hot bath or shower, that's not going to be so great for your skin. It can actually really dry you out. Experts recommend limiting the amount of time you're immersed in hot water. Limit your showers to 5 to 7 minutes, if you can. And hot showers can cause those skin's natural oils that help trap hydration just to completely go away. So reducing your time in heated pools, hot tubs, and all those things, and not leaving sweat on your skin for too long will all benefit you. Here's a big one. Don't scratch. Instead, soothe your skin by applying moisturizer. All these little changes will help your skin glow and feel healthy. Today we are back with our friends here at South Texas Brain and Spine Center. The doctor is in the house and we're visiting with Dr. Alexander, talking about something that's happened to all of us, which is a fall or some kind of a fracture or something. If you have that continuous pain afterwards or even after you've been treated, what are some treatments that we could be looking at? So first of all, what are some of the most common fractures or problems that you see with the spine related to this?
So essentially, when you get older, especially in women and age, you get osteoporosis. Your bones become more softer. Mm-hmm. So a small fall can cause it to fracture and can cause intense pain. Mm-hmm. So these are typically, we get x-rays if you go to the ER, and there's treatment options that are not that invasive. Usually we do an outpatient, and we basically called kyphoplasty, where we will put a small probe into the fracture under x-ray guidance, mm-hmm. and we have a balloon that opens up the fracture, and we put some cement in, and this bone cement hardens within a couple of minutes. It's called kyphoplasty, and it's actually worked really, really well on most of the patients. Again, it's not going to be 100% pain-free, but typically 80-90%, mm-hmm. and then some will take time to get better.
Very interesting.
But we have patients who are bedbound, they can't even move or turn, and that incredible pain, and they feel much improved. And it's not very invasive. It's under a small needle. It's not it's outpatient. Go home the same day.
Wow, impressive. And yes, very minimally invasive. If those are the only 2 scars, I mean, that's better than a lot of other surgeries that we might have that are a lot more common. So who's a good candidate for this type of procedure?
So it's more common in elderly people. Mm-hmm. Younger people, their bones are not as porous or soft, and they might need any type of, again, not every patient can have kyphoplasty. Mm-hmm. Patients are, I want this procedure. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't work that way, right? So if the patient has any type of stenosis or compression of a nerve or weakness or numbness, then they wouldn't be a candidate for this. So patients who have kind of axial back pain, mm-hmm. and typically we get an MRI scan to see if the fracture is new or old and how severe or any neurological compression of the elements.
Okay, and of course I always have to ask, is there any natural remedy or something we can do to prevent osteoporosis or anything that would lead us in the direction of needing this type of procedure?
One thing I do believe is really aggressive treatment of osteoporosis, mm-hmm. which is really not as treated as it should be. Mm-hmm. So even if you take a bunch of milk and calcium, it doesn't mean that the calcium goes into the bone. So sometimes you need hormones to help to promote the calcium to go into your bones to mm-hmm. make your bones strong. So if you have a femur fracture, your chance of mortality rate is about 25%.
Really?
So that's why in elderly people, it's really important to treat osteoporosis to prevent fractures.
Mm-hmm. And what does that treatment look like?
It all depends on what the problem is. Is it a calcium problem, vitamin D, does it need injections? So it all depends on the patient and the degree. So you get a bone density test, mm-hmm. and it's an exam that tells you your degree of osteoporosis.
Awesome. And is that something that we can request on our own, or do we have to come in with some sort of symptoms that lead to an alarming
sign for osteoporosis?
Typically, your primary care doctor should, when you reach a certain age, order a bone density test and see
Okay.
where you're at.
Good.
If you're taking other medications like steroids, that increases the risk for osteoporosis. If you drink a lot of alcohol, that increases the risk for osteoporosis. If you have a thyroid problem, there's certain conditions that can increase the risk of having osteoporosis and subsequently a fracture.
Very, very
So
interesting.
fracture prevention is more important,
Absolutely.
probably better than to have surgery if you
Yes, and that leads into your physical health and making sure that you're taking care of yourself and staying limber, flexible, lifting, and doing all those things appropriately. So we're really grateful for this partnership. We've gotten so much useful information with Doctor in the House. We couldn't be more grateful to have them here. If you or someone you know is looking for treatment on anything having to do with the brain and spine, certainly reach out for more information, and don't forget to let them know Coastal Living sent you. Thank you so much.
can. Thank you.
Coastal Living's Doctor in the House is paid for by South Texas Brain and Spine Center.
We're off to a great start, but we've got to take a quick break. You can too, but be sure to come back. There is a fantastic new nonprofit organization in the community called the Pink Connection, helping women who are recently diagnosed with breast cancer, offering them financial assistance, and you too can be a part of this fantastic.
Hi, my name is Claudia Mostagasi, and we're here at the Country Club for the Strength of Unity first luncheon of the Pink Connection.
Claudia and her sister Daniela started the Pink Connection in 2024 when they realized that there was a need for localized support for newly diagnosed breast cancer patients. So what exactly is the Pink Connection?
So the Pink Connection is a new nonprofit organization here locally in the Nueces County, and we're helping girls that get diagnosed with breast cancer with immediate emergency funds that can be used for transportation, for rent, for utility bills, for food, for anything that they need while they start the process of being treated.
When someone is diagnosed with breast cancer, there must be a million things going through their minds. Typically, they will have to begin some form of treatment within the next short weeks, all while processing the diagnosis, planning family accommodations, worrying about the future, and how to pay for medical treatments and expenses that come along with it. The community response to this new nonprofit was outstanding.
So we started on October 2024. We had our first fundraiser, and we actually fundraised $97,000 since then. We have helped about 20 people already, and we're just looking to pass the word so that we can help and touch more lives.
If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with breast cancer, here's how the Pink Connection works.
If you've been diagnosed within the last 18 months, you qualify to receive a grant of up to $750 on a year basis.
Imagine how impactful a blessing like this could be at the most challenging time in your life. Do not hesitate to share the word and reach out yourself if you qualify for this financial assistance.
If you want to apply, you just go to the Pink Connection website, which is thepinkconnectioncc.org, and you can fill out an application there, and you will receive a call within 24 to 48 hours.
As a community, we should do our part to help support this cause. If you would like to donate, here are the details along with 2 fundraising events to mark your calendar for this year.
If you're looking into donating, you go to our website to thepinkconnectioncc.org, and there's a button there to donate. And we're having 2 main events. We're going to have a golf tournament on June 6th, and we're going to have our Pink Party October 10th. For more information, visit thepinkconnectioncc.org.
Once again, it's time for the 2025 Whooping Crane Festival, which is held from February 20th to the 23rd. Each year since 1996, the Whooping Crane Festival has been held in Port Aransas, Texas, celebrating the annual return of the cranes to their wintering habitat in the Aransas National Wildlife Refuge. In 2025, the festival is back and ready to celebrate the 28th anniversary. This is a 4-day event featuring renowned speakers, birding trips, boating trips, nature tours, photography workshops, a trade show, and so much more. Not to mention that there are only 831 whooping cranes in the entire world, with 133 in captivity, and the rest are spread wildly throughout the nation. There have been some really great rescue efforts in repopulating whooping cranes, and they are so fascinating to watch. So if you do plan on attending, visit portorandes.org and search for the Whooping Crane Festival to plan your visit and enjoy this amazing event.
Can shopping on certain days and at certain times actually save you money? Well, one company thinks so, and we've uncovered some other online shopping secrets that could help keep you on your budget. Some shoppers like browsing in person, while others can't ignore the perks of online shopping.
The ease and convenience, not having to go into the store.
But when you click and buy online could make a difference in how much you pay, according to data gathering company Smart Proxy.
We tracked more than 3,000 price changes across different retailers.
It found mornings, 6 a.m. to noon, typically offered lower prices, with Tuesday mornings being the most affordable.
Start of the week is usually slower in terms of sales. Then the retailers tend to drop the prices.
The most expensive time? Friday mornings. We conducted a price test of our own, using a small sample of 12 products from 4 retailers. The LG TV is $369. After 2 weeks, we found prices went up, most often on Mondays. This gaming headset, for example, went from $36.99 on Sunday to $49.99 on Monday. 2 clothing items we tracked, a sweatshirt from Target and shoes from Dick's, dropped in price on Thursday mornings. And in 2 weeks, 5 prices didn't change at all. Stephanie Carls with Retail Me Not says better savings also come at certain points in the year.
Electronics tend to see the best deals during major holiday sales like Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Experts say it's wise to price track before you buy.
Using a price tracker like Camel can help you see the historical pricing of that item over the past year.
So you don't waste your money. John Matarese, Scripps News.
The other day, I was at a restaurant and had some of the best scallops I've had in a long time. And it dawned on me, as I was eating them, that I haven't shared a scallop recipe with you in quite some time. So let me show you my take on the dish that I thought was so good. We'll dry some sea scallops on a paper towel before seasoning them with a bit of salt and pepper. And if you're not sure how to tell the difference between sea scallops and bay scallops, here's a way to remember. Bay scallops are the smaller ones since they come from a bay, which is smaller than the sea. After these are sautéed, we take them out of the pan and cover them to keep them warm while we add some chopped onion, garlic, tomatoes, and a little more salt and pepper. Once they're tender, we add a splash of white wine, or we can use chicken broth, along with some capers. Then all we have to do is serve this over our scallops, and we have a restaurant fancy meal. Maybe serve this over a bed of wilted spinach to make it even more la-di-da. And don't forget to spoon all that flavor-packed sauce over them, too. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our Bistro pan-seared scallops, so you'll have this easy gourmet recipe right at your fingertips. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fancy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Returning to Salina Auditorium, the breathtakingly beautiful Shenyun Show. This magical show takes you and friends on a magical journey, discovering new hope for the future. This show is as inspiring as it is exciting, powerful, uplifting, heartwarming, and unforgettable. Featuring classical Chinese dance, dynamic animated backdrops, and all original orchestral works, Shenyun opens a portal to a civilization of enchanting beauty and enlightening wisdom. You can win a family 4-pack to see this incredible show February 25th at Selena Auditorium. All you have to do is email us at info@coastallivingtv.com. Please be sure to include your name and number so we know who to call when you win.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com.
Well, that's a wrap for today's show. Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you to our amazing guests for contributing their expertise so that we all know how to avoid illnesses, how we can help around the community, and of course know about some of these things that could come up later in our lives as well. Let's keep the conversation going at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. We love to hear from you. Don't forget, you can watch all your favorite segments and full episodes without any commercials on our YouTube channel at Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi. Have a fun and safe day. We've got some Coastal Bend history for you on tomorrow's show, along with some other great topics. So we'll see you then. Have a good